Good evening. This is Stan Matthews in the Matthews broadcast. We welcome you to this segment of the Matthews broadcast on this Monday, the 24th of July. We want to say happy Miracle Monday to the best audience in the world. Thank you for your emails, your texts, your Instagram messages, your suggestions of inspirational quotes. I think I used a couple of them this morning. Nina Rivera, thank you for your suggestion. Always on point, always powerful. I saw that Rashad Bryant, one of our guests, liked one of the things that we did. That was a Nina Rivera suggestion. We also have Trisha Owens-Ware, who watches the broadcast, and she made suggestions as well. So keep those suggestions coming. You'll always find them on our Facebook page. Welcome again to the Alignment, the empowerment, the upliftment, and the enrichment broadcast. Those are the four principles on which this broadcast rests and on which this broadcast was created. We always begin with gratitude, and so I thank all of those persons who make this broadcast possible, who contribute spiritually, who contribute mentally, who contribute financially to giving us the opportunity to hold this microphone. I want to make an announcement to begin the broadcast tonight at about 12:28 today. I got a call from a major network, the only national black-owned network in Christendom, the Impact Network. And someone must have recommended us, Cornelius, because someone on Impact called today, the general manager, Terry Arnold, and said, would you be interested in being between Juanita Bynum and Pastor Rod Parsley? And I kind of just stopped the car and said, woo! That would mean that 5 million people see us. So somebody said something to somebody. So Terry Arnold, if you're watching tonight, thank you for looking at our videos. Thank you for recognizing the work that we do here at GEMS TV, where we have big cable on the run with God backing us up.
That's right.
So that was an unbelievable phone call. It's one of those things where you realize that a second of favor is worth more than a lifetime of labor. A second of favor. You could have worked 23 hours and 59 minutes, Rashad. And God could have thought in 1 second, bless you. And you would be so blessed that you, in 1 second. I am happy to say I had nothing to do with that phone call, but I am so pleased and grateful to my Heavenly Mother and Father that came through. So as we look forward to those things, the Bible says, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard the wonderful things that God has prepared for those who love Him.
Nor has it entered into the hearts of man.
Ooh, Lindsay, just do it.
What God has prepared for those who love Him.
Oh, that's why you sit next to me, brother.
That's right, man. That's right.
Why
It
you
entered
sit
into the heart of
next to
man.
me. That's
Yes,
why you
sir.
sit next to me. I thank my brother Roderick Moore, the owner of GEMS TV, GEMS Radio. My image doctor to my right, Cornelius, who is our documentarian. Nothing happens without him, and his pictures are the proof of this journey. And certainly my co-host Lindsay, the voice, the one and only voice, Tynes, who's going to be debuting at the Bergen County Jazz Society on the first Thursday of this month. Ron McKnight and Janice Johnson, our Wednesday night co-host. Thank you so much for inviting him.
That's right.
And maybe you can get Lady Mia to go along with you.
That would be great.
I think they're going to have the Curtis Lundy Trio. So you're going to be standing in front of some well-known jazz artists. And so we are praying that the same scripture that we just mentioned, ears have not heard, eyes have not seen, where Lindsay Tynes' career is going. So I'm not going to ask you to sing tonight unless you want to.
We'll see.
All right, so I want you to give a few bars while we're on the air. Gratitude to my friends Vernon Bradbury, the captain of the Newark Bike Police, to my friend Allison Skeet of the Executive Women of Guyana, to my friend Sherry Peterson a Price Waterhouse big-time director running the show over there, to Vinnie Jackson in Philadelphia Attorney General's office, Greg Jones, my finance and mortgage maestro in Willingboro, Sarah Cepeda, the queen of empowerment in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, my wonderful, wonderful first cousin, Dennis King, my main man, now the director of engineering at a major, major pharmaceutical firm headquartered in Pennsylvania, living in Jacksonville, and I couldn't be prouder of you, buddy. Thank you for spending Sunday morning just kind of dreaming with me. You could leave me that Mac Mansion of yours in Jacksonville and just stay in Pennsylvania, just kind of give me run of the mill of the house. I won't mess your pool or your jacuzzi up. So you can trust your cuz, man. I'll treat it right. To my cousin Leslie Andrews in Honolulu, keep on doing that law thing, girl. You are a brilliant attorney. You and Stephen keep on doing what you're doing. I love both of you and those wonderful children. Charlene St. Clair, no better theologian, no better person in ministry than I know than you, my love. Pinky Andrews in Hampton, Virginia. Harry and Annis Staley in Charleston, South Carolina. I wish I had 7 McDonald's franchises and sold them and got a nice check from McDonald's to hang out in Charleston. Why don't you send a brother a loan? Because I know that check that McDonald's sent y'all was long. So, but enjoy your retirement. The two of you deserve it. They built a $14 million 7-store enterprise and worked it and made it more valuable, and you guys have gotten your just rewards. Thank you for showing us success and leading the way. Cool Otis Brown, Tyrone Scotty Howard in Hotlanta, Greg Riley in Falls Church, Virginia, Harvetta Fax in Baltimore, Maryland. My cousin Phaedra Andrews, the one and only director of Amazon Finance in the UK. So London blessings, Faye. I can't wait to get over there and see you again. Audrey in Trinidad, Simpson in Guyana, Adirondacka, Batamosi in Bermuda, and last but not least, Miss Elizabeth Thompson in Kingston, Jamaica. Thank you so much for being friends of the Matthews broadcast and following us. I believe this generation, as DJ Khaled said, is going to, what, Lindsay? Win. All right, so we want to ask you to support our super sponsors, without whom there would not be a Matthews broadcast. These are companies who invest in the time along with us. They get a great deal of effort from us. We want to promote them in every way. First and foremost, if you're serious about growing your clientele today, accept no substitutes. Join UBA, the Urban Business Association, 908-259-5012. Ask for Mr. Jerry Moultrie or Mr. Keith Broadway. Second, Dorson Home Care is a breath of fresh air for caregivers everywhere. Dorson owns caregiving operations in both Roselle, New Jersey, and in West Orange, not far from here at 395 Pleasant Valley Way, owned by Dr. Winston Scott, an ophthalmologist, and his wife, Miss Sonia Scott. Call them at 973-672-7691. For the best home care anywhere, call Dorson Home Care. We are now in a strategic partnership, the Matthews broadcast, with mobile marketing and advertising giants, Billboards for Hire. They're the ones who own those 20-foot trucks with the surround sound on the side and those crystal clear images. You see them in politics, you see them at Circle of Sisters, you see them at Jacob Javits, you see them at the Garden, where they'll be next month at some huge event. You saw them at Summer Jam. Well, the Matthews broadcast is now going to place any of our guests. You will have a 30-second spot. That means you, Barbara. That means you, Rashad, on the side of Billboards for Hire's trucks. Now that you've appeared on the show, we will show your image and we'll create a 30-second spot for you. So whatever huge event Billboards for Hire is doing, it will say thank you for being on the broadcast. This month they have that Madison Square Garden event. The other event they have is on August 5th is Jamaica Day in Patterson at Eastside Park. There should be some 7,000 to 10,000 people there. There will be a Billboards for Hire truck in the park for 4 hours, and that truck will be seeing you. So I need images from you guys, which I'll get from Cornelius, and you have to give me some audio. So you might get some calls from Patterson and from New York City. The billboards for hire trucks, you see them all over the tri-state area. And now the Matthews broadcast and billboards for hire, Daniel Jones and Trey Jewett. I love this partnership. I'm so looking forward to promoting our guests at a higher level, and we're just going to take this up and higher and higher. So if you want to take your sales even higher, call Trey and Daniel at Billboards for Hire. They're at 917-756-0043, 917-756-0043. Nothing says I love you like flowers. You've tried the rest, now try the best. A Rose's Petals is a florist in Patterson. They are the only NorthernJerseyFlower.com certified florist. And Nathaniel Joe and Miss Carolyn Joe are presently on vacation somewhere. They would not tell me. They said, Cornelius, they said, Stan, you will see us on the 14th of August. Our whereabouts until then are unknown. And they deserve it, folks. They're a wonderful couple. They've been there for more than 23 years. Yeah. They will deliver to you. They will do special things for you. This summer, I've had graduations. I've had special dinners. I've had broadcasts. Anything that I've asked them to do, they have done it. They are the epitome of professionalism, and they're all about this thing called love. And as I said earlier, nothing says I love you like flowers. You've tried the rest, now try the best. A Rose's Petals. Carolyn and Nathaniel Joe. You can reach them at 973-742-5333. Mr. G's Restaurant, where good friends meet, greet, and eat. The king of soul food, Russell Grady, has been in that business for 54 years, going on his 55th year. We will celebrate him very shortly. He's at 455 East 18th Street in Patterson. You can call ahead if you want to order. Try the catfish
and the
nuggets.
Catfish nuggets.
The catfish nuggets over a bed of romaine lettuce. Ooh, man, I can feel my belt busting and my waistline. Mr. G, baby. 973-782-4020. 973-782-4020. Lindsay and I often meet there. And enjoy a meal. The best soul food this side of Kelsey and Kim's in Atlantic City. So Kelsey and Kim, I don't want y'all to be upset with me the next time I come down there. I said, you all are the best of the South, but Mr. G is the best of the North. I got to pick a Central Jersey soul food spot, Cornelius, so we could have all three. Yeah. For advice and planning, that's always great. Call Smith Gilmore Real Estate. For management, for buying or selling. Violet Smith Gilmore, her husband, and her team are located at 1258 Teaneck Road in Teaneck. You can reach them at 201-723-4203. Thanks for helping me with making my daughter dream come true. They helped us locate something that my daughter just loves. And it's going to take my blood pressure down, because, you know, if your baby girl is not right, your life is not right. You know, that's my firstborn. I knew she was in control from the minute she took her first breath. And I haven't been able to tell her no in 26 years. So that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. Candace, if you're listening, that's not true. Daddy's in full control. I just humor you like that. Oh, man. Lindsay, you got me on that one. You want the max, get Optimum Tax. This is our second strategic relationship I want to announce tonight. Optimum Tax and Financial Services and the Matthews broadcast are now in a special partnership where Optimum is going to provide tax preparation services. They are going to provide IRS defense. They're going to provide payroll, bookkeeping, life insurance, workers' comp insurance, and they're going to give you a free analysis of your business at Optimum Tax and Financial Services. Mr. Ivan Maxey, who's going to be with us at the reception tonight, or his daughter Taj, they're at 500 Elizabeth Avenue 500 Rahway Avenue in Elizabeth, and they can be reached at 908-352-1040, 908-352-1040. So if you want the max, get Optimum Tax and Financial Services. They are 5-star rated online. and they are Better Business Bureau certified. They are our financial partner, along with Les Daly CPA in Maplewood. And we look forward to sharing those free financial analysis for your business. There's always something going on in your business financially that you need to have someone with their certifications. They have licenses in 5 states, including Florida, New York, and New Jersey. And so we want to make sure that you go and get that free assessment. Let someone look under the hood of your business. You know, maybe your incorporation papers are not right. Maybe that workers' comp, which the Department of Labor can shut you down if you're paying people under the table or otherwise. You need to make sure someone like Ivan is checking it out. He's doing it absolutely free. And so anyone that wants a free assessment of their business, you can have that. Compliments of Optimum Tax and Financial Services. Finally, the one and only Paul Dussard of Dream Builders. Dream Builders is a group of financial coaches and advisors who build one great client at a time. They help people make more income, get their families better protected, and to become financially free. Paul did something for me today that I will never forget. He is the 1,000th friend of the Matthews broadcast. So that means there are 1,000 business owners who now call themselves friends of the broadcast. Tune in, support, provide referrals, and Paul was glad to be the 1,000th person who did that. My friend, we have a relationship that is unbreakable, as our very own Mary J. Blige said. Totally unbreakable. I thank you for your support. Heartfelt thanks, my friend. If you want to be a dream builder, call Paul at 973-220-5026, 973-220-5026. Folks, you are made in the image and likeness of your Creator. As Psalm 82 says in the 6th verse, you are gods and the children of the Most High God. Remember to live in alignment with that definition. Remember, you are a kingdom builder, but nothing changes until you use your gifts to change them. Your God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So says 2 Timothy 1:7. Our very own Maya Angelou, our poet laureate, said, people will forget what you said. They may even forget what you did. But Rashad, Barbara, Cornelius, Lindsay, they will never forget how you made them feel. Maya said we must invest in how we make each other feel. Positive feelings change the world. Negative feelings interrupt the world. And so we have to remember to make each other feel the level of dignity, respect, and love we all deserve. Finally, the enrichment principle of the broadcast. Remember, folks, money can't solve all of our problems, but they can solve our money problems. And just so that you know, the urban community here in the United States of America last year had the purchasing power of $4.2 trillion between the African American and the Hispanic community in this country, which would make us the 7th wealthiest nation in the world. But there are so many things that we can point to in our communities that we're not satisfied with because we simply do not support one another in the way that we should. I am not asking us to hate on anyone or deny anyone else of support. I'm simply saying we cannot continue to spend 99.5 cents of every dollar with everyone else and then ask why our schools are in the condition they're in, our children don't have the books and the technology they should, why our communities look the way they do, why there's a heavier unemployment rate in urban communities and other communities. These are things that we can change ourselves by making our money behave differently. And so money can't solve all of our problems, but it can solve our money problems. We are wealthy, wealthy, wealthy. We just need to utilize that wealth for our own best interests better than we are doing it today. The challenge of the 21st century and beyond is the imperative for black and brown and urban wealth. Not as a weapon against anyone else, but we just need to take care of each other better. As is often said, charity does begin at home. We can legislate a lot of things in this country, but one thing no one can ever create a law for is to make you, and you love me and love each other the way you should. Nobody can make you love. And I promise you this, I don't care what ethnic community we're talking about. An Asian man, a Caucasian man or woman, a red man or woman is not going to feed your child before they feed their own.
That's right.
That doesn't mean they dislike you or don't hate you. It just means that you have to have your priorities right. And I want us to unashamedly, confidently, and with celebration, I want Barbara Clark Ruiz and all three of her businesses to be billionaires. I want her to be wealthy.
Amen to that.
My candle loses nothing if it lights another.
Mm-hmm.
A closed hand receives nothing. Only an open hand can receive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want Rashad Bryant to be on every cooking show, having people gaining 50 pounds every time they eat one of his cakes. And I want him to be a billionaire. I want him to be a billionaire because I suspect that as Barbara and Rashad prosper, I suspect they will live with an open hand.
Right.
I believe that. I believe that. And those are the principles this broadcast stands on. And so I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay to ask Barbara a few questions so that you can get to know her better and so you can support her always.
Amen.
Lindsay.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. What is the name of your business or organization?
One of my companies is called BC Swirl Incorporated, and we have an extension which is called the BC Swirl Group.
Okay. What is the unique value of your business?
Well, the unique value is that I'm an activewear designer, and I was hired right out of college by Adidas,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked in their office in New Jersey, and from there I designed a lot of product that made a lot of volume, and based on that, I was asked to join them in their international design office in France, and so I moved to France for about 18 months. And
go ahead, girl.
They closed our
France,
office
baby.
down. Yeah, and
Eiffel Tower.
I felt French with a 69, so that was not planned. So from there they closed the office and they moved it to Germany, and I went to Germany, and from there, my boss said to me, he's like, Barb, what are you gonna do when you get back to the U.S.? And I said, I'm gonna find a job. And he's like, why don't you be a consultant? And I said, what is that? Some 20 something years ago, I had the opportunity to start my own consulting firm, not really knowing what I was getting into, but just had a love for activewear. And so here I am today with the firm, and I've worked with Adidas and Nike and New Balance and Asics. I was creative director for 6 of Walmart's activewear divisions. I've also worked with Disney, with Foot Locker, and most recently with Venus Williams, with 11 by Venus Williams, where I helped Venus grow her company from a tiny seed to now a thriving business.
So what Barbara is saying is don't sit too close to her, Rashad. You might catch on fire.
I'm already on fire.
She's hot, baby. Hot. Venus, Foot Locker, Rashad, just fan a little bit, brother. I want you to catch on fire.
She went in.
Stop it.
Go ahead,
Who's a great referral that will help your business to grow?
Oprah.
You said you could just buy the whole company.
I'm like, Oprah, yeah, can you call me? Because I'd love to do an activewear division, and I have a few other companies. I have a dog treat line. I've got my own collection. Yeah. I think there are a couple of companies I'd love to work with that I haven't had the opportunity, and I think one of them is Under Armour. Adidas also opened up the Brooklyn Farm, which, I would love to go back and work with them. I have to say that working for that company was probably the most fun outside of working with Venus Williams. Now, that was fun, but I enjoyed working with them a lot, and and I definitely think that I left a positive footprint at that company. So I think Under Armour would be a great fit. I think, going back to Adidas would be a great fit. I think, any number of fitness companies would be a wonderful fit. I design products for men's, women's, girls, boys, infant, toddlers, girls, and boys. So, and swim. I do a lot of things.
Okay. What are you offering in return for our audience's support?
What am I offering in return? I can offer advice. right? So what I'm finding is that a lot of people come to me because I have a few startups. And so a lot of people come to me and they say to me, oh, Barb, I've got this really great idea. Where do I start? And so that was primarily why I wanted to start the BC Swirl group, because it really is an extension of what I do as a designer. Because in that, I've had a lot of experience with working with companies, but aside from just designing product, I understand branding, I understand marketing, and I understand social media. There's a lot of things that go into that process that I have to understand in order to create great product. And so with that being said, a lot of people come to me and they say, hey, I have a great idea. Where do I start? And so I would be, willing to have conversations with people to help them to understand where they could start and perhaps, give them some references and resources on where to go.
Okay. What is your contact or social media
How do people
get in touch with you?
So people can get in contact with me. My website is bcswirl.com. That's B as in boy, SWIRL.com. And they can email me at barbaraclarkruiz@gmail.com. That's my personal email. I'm giving it out.
Yeah. That way Oprah can reach you.
That's right. So, and it's BARBARACLARKERUIZ@gmail.com.
Good.
Thank you so much. Mr. Rashad.
Hey,
Mr. Rashad Bryant.
how you doing?
All right. What is the name of your business or organization?
My business is named Delilah Sweet Sensation.
Okay. And what is the unique value of your business?
What we do is we're a wholesale distributor. So we wholesale to different restaurants and wholesale businesses and up north, down south, from here to Atlanta to California. We all over the place. We also do retail for the public, based upon calls. And that's what our business does.
Okay. Who is a great referral that will help your business or organization grow? Who would help that to grow?
Tyler Perry.
Barber's setting the trend.
And he got a couple of studios in Atlanta. I'll be in Atlanta all the time. So hopefully I can run across him one day.
Okay. What are you offering in return for our audience's support? Support.
Support.
Yeah.
I'm offering.
I'm on the air right now. Call me right back when text me.
Support.
I mean, like, can you give them a discount on something?
I could give them discounts.
Good deals.
Great deals all around the board.
Okay.
Anything they basically looking for, I could give them a 10% off of it.
Sounds good. And how can they get in touch with you?
They could get in touch with me through Instagram. My Instagram is Chef Ra 201. And my Facebook is at Rashad Bryant. And my email is chefrashadbryant@gmail.com.
Sounds good.
I want to ask you how you distribute to all the places that you do, Rashad.
What I do is I set up at night and I make all of the cakes fresh. And then I build them in the morning, cut them, and then I go distribute.
Now, if you've got to travel, if you've got an order that comes in from Atlanta or from LA, how does it get there? What modality do you use to get it there?
I ship it through post office, and what I do is I pack the box with dry ice. I seal it up with, the peanuts.
Right.
Close the box up nice and tight, put that on there, it'll be there in 2 days.
Wow.
Now, how does the cake? It's still frozen.
Still frozen.
Oh, so you freeze it before you ship it?
Yes, freeze it solid.
So is it cakes or is it?
It's cakes. It's sweet potato cheesecakes. It's red velvet cheesecakes. It's chocolate Oreo cheesecakes, which is a chocolate Oreo cheesecake, chocolate frosting, chocolate cake, and then you glaze it.
Wow, that sounds like about 1 billion calories.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a diet cake. It's a sweet cake. And we also do a red velvet cheesecake similar to the same way.
Let me tell you, after you eat some of Rod's cakes, man, you'll have license plates on the back of your sneakers. Rashad will put it on you. That's 500 calories a bite.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him delivering at a guest that will be coming on from Newark, Mr. Green, the one and only from the Soulful Chess House. This is a soul food restaurant in Newark that has a chess club over the top of it. Figure that out.
Oh, wow.
He is a unique bird. He and his wife own a wonderful establishment right there at the southern end of Broad Street as you go towards Newark Airport. And I met Rashad there last Monday when I was there seeing Mr. Green. And I asked Mr. Green about this young brother, and Mr. Green says, you need to have him on the show. I said, why? He said, listen, his cakes get here on a Monday. They sell out by a Wednesday.
Wow.
So obviously, whatever you have in the recipe, dog, whatever you have in the recipe, and people come into the spot asking for his product. So you know what? You found a pot of gold. And listen, man, in sincerity, I want one of the bigger brands to call you up, or one of the supermarket services, Whole Foods. Now they're owned by Amazon, Walmart. Let somebody like that pick you up. Look, I'm declaring this, right? The word says, speak those things. Speak those things that are not as though they are. If I'm going to affirm something for you, it's not going to be no nonsense. I said the other day, according to a friend of mine who gave me this inspiration, it's my job, this microphone and these cameras, to talk to you about your possibilities, not about your limitations. The higher I get you to fly, it is a credit to me. I have never been less than blessed promoting somebody else. People think that in order for me to rise, I've got to hold you down. That is nonsense. That is a crabs in a barrel mentality, and it is a lie from the pit of hell. We need to stop doing that to each other. There's enough for everybody.
Enough for everybody.
Have you ever tried to count rain? Have you ever tried to measure how much water is in the ocean?
Yeah.
God's abundance is infinite. So I'm saying, let Walmart, Amazon, let them all pick you up, man. Let Adidas bring Barbara back.
And Under
Armour. I mean, I'm hearing that Adidas has Nike on the run right now in terms of sports apparel. Maybe Nike needs you to equalize it a little bit.
Nike's out in Portland. That's a little far from home, but
you don't want to be in Oregon?
I don't want to be in Oregon. I had conversations with them early in my career, and I'm like, So I worked for Nike in Amsterdam. A lot of my clients were in Europe. So I've never worked for Nike here in the States.
Hey, Toby, we're sending your wife to Oregon, brother.
He's like, he moved to Europe with me, and he's like,
Toby said,
when we first got married. So, but I want to make sure I give people my Instagram handle too, so they can follow us on Instagram. Yeah. So, I'd love it if everyone could follow me on Instagram and find out all the exciting things that we're working on. We're about to do a second launch for my collection, Odessa Josie, and you can follow Odessa Josie. It's at Odessa Josie Style, and we're at OdessaJosieStyle.com if you'd like to go there and see our products. But if you'd like to follow me, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Barbara Clark Ruiz.
And that is the one and only, right? You know, each one of us have 1.8 million messages in our DNA code. I think Barbara has 2.8 million. she is 3 bags of chips and all of that. So I just want her to continue being successful. I can't ask you guys what's the dream relationship, because both of you have shared it. So I'm going to ask it a different way. Entrepreneurship. Why didn't the two of you just want a job? Barbara, you first, and then... Well,
I feel like I almost have one toe in, because as a consultant, I do work with companies, Fortune 500 companies, and oftentimes when I'm consulting with them, I'm a full-time consultant. So I have to be in their office 3 to 5 days a week. So it's almost like I have my toe in, but I don't have all of the other restrictions that I don't have the inability to work on other projects if I wanted to. So I think for me, initially what started my process was I couldn't see myself getting up every day and putting on pantyhose and going to work. And it was just that simple. I'm like, I don't know if that's cut out for me. And, when I was growing up, with my Barbies and I'm playing house and all this kind of stuff, I always had a shop. I always had a boutique. I was always like self-employed. And then I, started watching Rhoda. And, so I just always wanted to come to New York, and I have this burning desire in my belly that I know that there's something greater for me, and so I really do want to leave this planet and know that I've used every single bit of my talent and my resources, and then hopefully God will use me as a vessel so that I can help others in my process.
Toby, she just turned a Radian G conversation and they wrote it R+ conversation, talking about her pantyhose. So It wasn't me. It was your wife, man. She's thinking it.
No, but I just didn't want to get. I didn't want to have to get up every day and do that.
Pantyhose. Come here and get her, man. Come here and get her, man.
I go to work in my pajamas. When I do conference calls, I'm like that person who's dressed in like the head up, and at the bottom I have on like workout pants.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Rashad, why not just get a job, man?
It's the excitement of, once I get that sale or once I go to that business and I get them, it's an adrenaline rush. It's like, oh my God, I got it. And then it just drives me to keep pushing and doing more and more and more on top of what I've been doing already.
What is the biggest order you've booked, and what was the company, if you're allowed to say it?
Right now, I just did a cookout actually Thursday that I flew up from Atlanta to do, which was Partners Pharmacy. And that was one of the biggest jobs this year. But my big job was for nuts.com. What I did for them in the past 5 years was about 6,000 pecan pies per season. And it grew from 6,000 to 10,000 as of last year.
How do you make 10,000 pies?
Goodness gracious!
You made 10. You baked.
Okay, so Rashad, tell her if I tell you that I might have to kill you.
So you have like a commercial kitchen. Do you have a team? Do you have a staff? It's a team.
It's teamwork. That actually takes 6 to 8 people per shift, and you have to run it at a night shift because that's when everything is cool. If you run it in the daytime, you're gonna run into problems. It's too hot. So you do it at night, and you run the shift from 12 at night, 12 midnight to 12 in the afternoon, or you do from 9 to 9, and you get everything out as the people come to work.
Thank you so much.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
We're about to say goodbye, but not farewell. As Harvey Brown, a great friend of mine, used to say, every goodbye isn't gone. So we'll be back tomorrow night. I just want to say to you in this audience, you're a fantastic audience. You will hear more from these two people. They're already successful enough, but we would pray that the Creator, the Mother and Father, God of the universe, that they take them higher and they make their abundance unlimited. I declare it, and so it shall be.
Amen.
It says wherever 2 or more of us touch and agree.
Yes.
So these
There
two
might
right
be
here, these two right there,
Touch and
keep
agree.
them. Keep
Yes.
them, Lord. Keep them. Keep them wherever they are,
That's
right.
whether they're in Amsterdam, France, Oregon, maybe.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New York.
Georgia.
When Rashad is up and down from California, Atlanta, keep him safe, prosper him always. You cannot finish anything unless you start something. There are so many people in the world who live a life of regret rather than a life of achievement. I hear far too many 61 and 62-year-olds saying, if I would have just... That's the reason why I asked you guys about entrepreneurship. The reality is far too many people on this earth get ready, get set, but never ever go.
Never push go.
So I thank God that the two of you are going. Successful people make this world the civilization that it is rather than barbarism. You are the difference between the barbarians at the gate and heaven on earth. So keep on shining that light. Keep on being that holy mountain on the hill. It was a pleasure indeed to have you. Our friend, the Faithful Credit Group, Pastor Angelo McCutcheon, my repair credit doctor. He's worked on me, worked on other people I know, from police officers to firemen, is here. And so we're going to give way and let Pastor Angelo come on. But just want to leave you with one final thing. There are 2 types of people in the world, Matthew's broadcast audience: dreamers like you and dream killers. Embrace the first and run like heck from the second. This is Stan Matthews, Lindsay the Voice Tynes.
That's right.
Image Doctor Cornelius Hill, the one and only Barbara Clark Ruiz, and Rashad Bryant of the Lila Suite. Good night, and God bless.
Our applause track.